I think maybe I just wanted to, the point which I wanted to make, the opening statement is the kind of funds which is needed to make something, to move country like India, right? I also got a lot of thinking when the Consul General was mentioning that the Netherlands grid got choked because of the uptick in EV. You just imagine the condition of India, right? With the kind of population at the scale what we have. So the point here is that our energy is going to be at a peak, let's say from 2030 to 2035. That's going to be this time which is going to be the maximum, which is needed of the grid. So just to touch a very, very high level, right? Like, India also has committed to this Paris Agreement by the national determined contributions. When you calculate it, India needs $2.5 trillion to move from where we are to, in 2030. So that's a huge figure. And if I have to distill it further, let's say close to about 500 billion is needed in the top four segments, like let's say steel, you take the manufacturing, it's the process industries, heavy industries. This is going to take about 500 billion is needed to move them from where they are to be at least, the carbon, emissions norms, whatever we have signed up for. Okay, so let's take the journey a little more forward. 2070 by net zero, that's a huge commitment which as a country which we are taking. The need is $10 trillion, and which is really substantial in that way. And if we further distill it further and see that, we need close to about $200 billion every year by 2030 to achieve whatever, which we have signed up for. And India is tracking the green funds, which is available to us is somewhere, let's say around $50 to $60 billion is what we are having, to spend on these kind of things. So the gap is really huge. And to answer it very, very simple, Jose, Germany is one of the largest, funding partner in this whole transition. Amongst all of us sitting here as well, I can proudly say about Germany that way. $10 billion is committed towards this whole journey to convert us from where we are to the carbon emission norms what we are signed up for by 2030. So that's a huge step. As I really mentioned to you, the kind of work which we do at a very, very high level, our collaborations for the green hydrogen transitions, as well as to the lowest level what you see, we work with the corporations also to put in our funds, deploy our funds to see that how we can reduce our, the carbon footprint. So the huge